Welcome to my YouTube channel EXP32 Excel Chapter 5 Cumulative Assessment Variation Travel. So, project description is you are the manager of an information technology team. You are employees to training workshop and a national conference to keep to updates dates in the field. You created list expenses by category for each employees for the last month. Now you want to subtotal data review employees and then create the pivot table look data difference perspective. So if you want to complete assignments or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. If you want to complete MylTLab courses with Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Access, we can do online courses with accounting, math, stat, finance, economics, writing and other courses. So assignment title is EXP22 Excel Chapter 5 Cumulative Assessments Variation Travel. So total question is 20 question, and we move to the question number 1. So question number 1 is a start Excel, download and open the file name exp32 Excel chapter 5 cumulative assessment variation travel. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. So go to the Excel worksheets. I have already downloaded the Excel file. We move to the question number 2. So question number 2 is before using the subtotal command, you must first sort the data. On the subtotal worksheet, sort the data by employees and further sort by category, both in alphabetical order. On the subtotal worksheets, so go to the Excel worksheets and go to the subtotal worksheets. Sort the data by employees and further sort by category, both in alphabetically order. Sort the data by employees, go to the data tabs and go to the sort and filter group. Select the and go to the source and sort the data by employees. The data by employees, and second level is sort by category. By category, both in alphabetically order A to Z. Click OK. So our question number 2 is complete. We can move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is you want to subtotal the data to calculate the expenses by employees. Use the subtotal feature to insert the subtotal row by employees to calculate the total expenses by employees. Use the subtotal feature to insert the subtotal row by employees to calculate the total expenses by employee. The Excel worksheets and go to the data tabs and go to the outline and click the subtotal. So open the subtotal dialog box and use the subtotal feature to insert the subtotal row by employees. Total row by employees and row by employees to calculate the total expenses by employee, and use the function is to the sum function, and category is to expenses. Deselect the category and click OK. So question number 3 is complete. We can move to the question number 4. So question number 4 is now you want to hide the detail for 2 employees and focus on a detail for the remaining employees, and collapse the Davidsons and Millier sections to show only their total. Leave the other employees individual row display. So collapse the button in the Davidson total, and next is million section, and next is million total. It displays the demonstration total and million total. Next is leave the other implement video row or display. So question number 4 is complete. We can move to the question number 5. So question number 5 is for a more detailed analysis, you are ready to create the pivot table. Use the expenses worksheet to create a blank pivot table on a new worksheet. Name is summary and name the pivot table to the category. Use the expenses worksheets. Go to the Excel worksheet and go to the expenses worksheets to create the blank pivot table on the new worksheet. Name is to summary pivot table, blank pivot tables. Go to the insert tabs and go to the recommended pivot tables and click the blank pivot tables. So create the blank pivot table and new worksheet name is to the summary. Copy the summary and sheet 1 is right clicks, click the rename and paste the summary, press enter button. And next is the name the pivot table to the category. Copy the category and the pivot table name is category. Press enter. So question number 5 is the complete. We can move to the question number 6. So question number 6 is you want to include the category and expenses field in the pivot table. Use the category and expenses field, enabling Excel to determine where the field go in the pivot tables. Use the category and expenses field, enabling Excel to determine where the field go in the pivot tables. So use the category and expenses field, category and expenses field and click the expenses field. So the category is row area and expenses is the value area. Determine where the field go to the pivot table. So question number 6 is complete. We can move to the question number 7. So question number 7 is you want to display the average expenses instead of a total and modify the value field to determine the average expenses by category and change the custom name to the average expenses. Modify the value field to determine the average expenses by a category and change the custom name to average expenses. So modify the average expenses, click the value and right clicks, go to the sum of the expenses value and go to the value field settings and click the average expenses by category and change the custom name to the average expenses. Click the average and custom name is to the average expenses. Click OK. So question number 7 is a complete. We can move to the question number 8. So question number 8 is format the value field with the accounting number format. Accounting number format. Right clicks and go to the value field setting. So open the value field setting dialog box. Click the number format and click the accounting. Okay, and again OK. So apply the accounting number format Question number 8 is complete. And we can move to the question number 9. So question number 9 is you want to display a meaningful label and select the different layouts and type the category in a cell A3 and change the grand total layout option on the for row only. Copy the category and paste the cell in A3 and change the grand total layout option to on for row only. Select the cell is A3 and paste the category, press enter. Next is change the grand total layout option to on for row only. Go to the design tabs and total layout option on for row only. Go to the design tabs and go to the layout groups, click the grand on for row only, click OK. So question number 9 is complete. We can move to the question number 10. So question number 10 is apply a light blue pivot style dog to and display the banded row. Apply the light blue pivot style dog to and display the banded row. Go to the design tabs and light blue pivot style dog to light blue pivot style dog light blue pivot style dog to light blue pivot style medium to and scroll down and light blue pivot style dog to, click OK and display the banded row. So go to the design tabs and go to the pivot style option and display the banded row. So question number 10 is complete. We move to the question number 11. So question number 11 is to make it easy to filter the pivot table result, you will insert and format a slicer. Insert the slicer for a employees field and change the slicer height 2 inches and apply the light blue slicer style .5. Move the slicer so that the upper corner in the cell A10. Insert the slicer by the for the employees field. Go to the insert tabs and go to the filter group, click the slicer. So insert the slicer for the employees field. Click the employees and click OK. So insert the slicer to the employee field and change the slicer heights to. Go to the slicer tabs and height is 2 and press enter button. Next is apply the light blue slicer style dark 5. Light blue slicer style dark 5. Go to the slicer and slicer styles and apply the light blue slicer style dark 5. Light blue slicer style dark 5. Go to the darks and light blue slicer style dark 5, click OK. Next is move the slicer so that upper left corner in the cell A10. Move the slicer and move and drag the slicer and go to the A10. So question number 11 is complete. We can move to the question number 12. So question number 12 is you want to insert the another pivot table to analyze the data on the expenses worksheets and use the expenses worksheets to create the another blank pivot table on the sheet named total and name the pivot table employees. Add the employees to the row and add the expenses field to the value area and sort the pivot table from the largest to the smallest expenses. Use the expenses worksheets. Go to the expenses worksheets to create the another blank pivot table on the sheet name to the total. So copy the sheet name total and a blank pivot table. Go to the insert tabs and click the recommended pivot tables and click the blank pivot table. So create the another blank pivot table and the sheet name is total. Right clicks in sheet 2 and click the rename. So paste the sheet name is total. Name the pivot table to the employees. So copy the pivot table name and apply the pivot table name is to employees. Press enter button. Next is add the employees to the row and add the expenses field to the value area. Sort the pivot table from the largest to the smallest expenses. Add the employees to the row and add the expenses value to the value area. Employees to the row area. Employees to the move and drag the row area. And next is employees to the row area and add the expenses field to the value area. Expenses field move and drag the value area. Next is sort the pivot table from the largest to smallest expenses. Right clicks and click the sort is largest to the smallest. So question number 12 is complete. We can move to the question number 13. So question number 13 is a change the name of expenses column to the total and format the field with the accounting number formats. Change the name of expenses column to the total. Copy the column name and sum of the expenses. Go to the sum of expenses value field setting and custom name to the expenses is the total and format the field with the accounting number formats. Go to the number formats and click the accounting. Okay, and again okay. So question number 13 is complete. So if you want to complete assignments or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. I will guarantee yours 95 plus grades.